Yep. You are too.
I know.
So it's working good.
The camera's working, Dad. We have one. We have one. We're FaceTiming right now, whoever you are. How are you doing? Hi, Rosie. It's just me and you. Hey, Lori. And more. How's everybody doing tonight? There's the doc right there.
The what?
The doc. The doctor.
Oh, back here, you mean?
No, right there. You. You're the doctor.
That's a bathroom right there. Is that what I'm looking at?
No, you're looking at yourself. You're a doctor.
Oh, that is me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at a doctor.
I don't do it. You'll break your.
Break my film camera?
You'll break your good thing.
Do you think mine's any better?
Oh yeah.
That mine's better than yours?
Sure.
I don't know. People might disagree with you.
I don't get you that good on my phone.
You got more hair than me.
Huh?
You have more hair than me.
Not much more.
You got a lot more. Look at that.
Well,
and you're 91. I'm only 55.
But mine's all gray and coming out.
Yeah, mine's gone.
All right, you could always wear a wig.
I could wear a wig?
If you want to.
Do you think I should? Do I need to wear a wig?
If you want the other hair back on there, yeah.
Well, look at my head. Do I have a nice shaped head or do I need a wig?
Sure, why don't you?
So I don't need a wig or do I need a wig? Do I need a wig?
No, you don't unless you want one.
I don't want a wig.
Well,
unless I was going to go argue in court in England, then I'd have to wear a wig.
You're in Finland.
Yeah, England, Dad, England. There's the dog. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And Grandpa today, I went and got my beer to get ready for...
I fed the dog his drink.
You fed the dog his drink?
Yeah.
All right. And so I went and got myself a beer, and Grandpa said...
well, I got myself...
you got a beer, too?
Well, it is a beer, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, it's alcohol, you know.
It's alcohol.
Yeah. And Grandpa does not drink alcohol normally, once in a great while. And we're just sitting here today, hanging out on the couch. And when I went and got my beer...
But we didn't have a place like this either.
Grandpa said, I want one of those. So
no, we didn't have it. We're not involved with alcohol at all in our growing up period.
I know. You did not keep alcohol in the house. You guys were not drinkers when I was growing up.
Different world today.
I know. I'm on. I wanted to jump on. How you doing in San Jose? I posted, some that
You're doing fine.
A 10-minute personal video. So I wanted to be here to answer any questions or.
You what?
I'm talking to the phone, Dad.
Oh.
And no wig, huh? How you doing in Texas? Shane, thanks for watching, man. How you doing in Peoria? Hey, Tony, Grandpa, you got just know that there's. I was going to say there's a burp coming. Grandpa does not have a burp filter, and he can let them go. So just beware. Y'all have warning. That could happen. How you doing in Georgia? Adelaide, South Australia. That's a long way away. Somebody said my family is not family, and I think what that means is I've made some videos just really talking about how important family is, and as precedence over everybody else. And there are a lot of people out there that don't have that kind of family background. I just want to make sure everybody knows that family is not limited to blood. I have many really close friends that I consider family. Some of them closer than my own family members. So when I say family, that is inclusive of people that you feel are family. What are you
Now
doing,
we're up to
Coco?
Trump, huh?
What? Thank you, Mary. Ryan, I'm just gonna do. I believe in what I'm doing. I
Who are
do.
you talking to?
Grandpa's. I'm talking to a lot of people.
Who?
People you don't know.
Oh, I don't see him on there.
They're not on there.
Oh,
That's just me on there.
yeah, I saw you.
I can do some more old pictures. Yeah.
Well, at least these people are clean and don't give you bullshit.
You guys are all
I don't
clean
know
and
who
don't
we're
do.
even talking
Dad, watch the
to.
TV.
I am.
You guys are all clean and don't do the bullshit. I get worried when he's like
No
that. I don't know
photos,
what the hell
can't
he's gonna
documents,
say.
and false statements.
He's reading the things along the bottom of the television. Grandpa has a sister, yeah, his sister Linda, my auntie Linda, and we're going to see her this summer in Vegas. Grandpa, by the way, if you're on, is drinking a beer. He saw me get my beer, and he's like, "Is that a Coke?" I'm like, "No, it's a beer." "Oh, I want one." He very rarely asks for beer or alcohol, so we'll see what happens. You might hear a couple burps over there if he's drinking it. We'll see if he even finishes it. Norma,
What?
I don't know his favorite songs, and he doesn't hear well enough, and he does not enjoy music that way.
I don't know who you're talking to.
Let him have a happy hour.
Man, Trump.
How you doing in Oakland? I'm sorry about your loss. Grandpa is older than Grandpa. He lost his oldest sister in the 40s when she was still a teenager. That was Grandpa's older sister, and then he had a younger brother that he lost about 15 years ago, and his younger sister, who's about 10 years younger than him, is still alive and kicking and doing great, actually. A TV show. That's what I told. That's what I told my dad. This is the show. How you doing in Mississippi? Grandpa Will, are you enjoying your beer, Dad?
Yeah.
Do you like it or do you not like it?
No, that's fine.
All right.
I mean, I'm with family. That's what makes me feel good. I'm right here with a lot of family. And I eat my dinners here with family. And everybody's been nice to me. And I've been pretty healthy too. So, yeah, I like it here.
I guess that's he really liked that beer.
What?
I asked you if you like your drink. Are you enjoying your drink?
My trip?
Your drink.
That drink there? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
You know what it is?
It's beer.
Yeah, it's beer.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
Do you drink beer?
what?
Do you drink beer?
Sure,
You do?
sure.
Do you like it?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
All right. All right.
It relaxes you quite a bit.
Grandpa's comfortable enough sitting around with me to just drink his beer. Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
You don't know who I'm talking to.
You don't know?
You don't. I'm talking to my friends.
Oh.
Grandpa's very content right now. He had a late lunch and he'll have a nice dinner. The story of the pig. The pig. Danielle brought home the pig. Thank you, Muhammad. I appreciate that. Danielle brought home this tiny pig, and it was the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Literally, it was an absolute gorgeous little tiny teacup pig with a blue eye, and it had this nice light brown and white fur. It looked like I don't know, like a spotted rabbit. It just was a beautiful creature. And then it came home, and then it grew, and it kept growing, and it kept eating, and it kept growing, and then it turned into, from that cute, super cute.
What's the matter?
Nothing, Dad. I'm just talking to my friend, so I'm showing him something. From this super cute little pig to, you in there, Mills? To that. Hello, the millipig. Hello, my millipig. I don't have anything to give you. I'm sorry. I tease you because normally I come out with food, and that's why you're licking your lips. But that's the millipig. Millipig, millipig, you are a millipig. The pig turned from the cute little teacup pig into that 300-pound beast. But she is a sweet pig. She's my millipig. Watch out, Coke. How you doing, Dad?
I'm doing fine.
You want to see the pig?
What?
You want to see the pig?
Why, is he back?
The pig's out there. Did you see the pig today?
No, I don't think I did.
Yeah, well, she's out there.
Didn't someone take him?
Millie Pig's still here.
Huh?
Millie Pig is still here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Pig likes you, Dad. I don't know, Dad, what's your favorite food? He'll say, I haven't thought about it. What's your favorite food?
My favorite?
Yeah, your favorite food. What's your favorite food to eat?
Favorite food?
Yeah.
I never thought about that. I don't think I have one type of food that's better than all the others.
Can you think of a food that you like?
Pardon me?
Can you think of a food that you like?
I like most of the food here.
Can you think of anything specifically that you like?
Do I like in advance? Or I like more than the other stuff?
Either. Any food that you like. Let me ask you this. Do you like spaghetti?
Yeah,
Do you like pizza?
yeah,
Do you like hamburgers?
yeah,
Tacos?
yeah,
Do you like tuna casserole?
yeah.
Do you like lima bean stew?
Lima beans, what?
Lima bean stew.
Yeah, that's okay.
Have you ever had lima bean stew?
I don't know.
And how do you know you like
I
it?
probably have, but I don't remember.
Do you know what a lima bean tastes like?
Lima bean?
Yeah,
No, I can't tell you.
I can't either because we don't eat them. Do you like anchovies
Anchovies?
on pizza? Do you like fish on pizza? Anchovies on pizza?
Yeah, I like pizza.
Do you like the fish on the? Do you like anchovies?
Yeah, that's all right, yeah.
Do you know what an anchovy is?
Pardon me?
What's an anchovy?
That's a little fish.
Yep. And
Yeah.
you like those? He does like those. He would piss me when I was a kid. He would
Who are you
piss me.
talking to?
I'm talking to my friends. He
Oh.
would piss me off by getting anchovy. He'd get anchovies on pizza and just piss off the whole family because he liked those anchovies.
Yeah.
Sardines. I should have brought up sardines. Who's my favorite actor? I don't know. You got. I mean, there's some great actors out there like Tom Hanks, and I loved Robin Williams. I like Julia Roberts. I like what's her Sandra? Not what is 13 Going on 30? Whoever that she was. I like her, and I like the dude who was in 13 Going on 32. They're all like 60 now, but. How you doing in St. Louis? Susan Sarandon. I don't mind Susan Sarandon. Tom Hanks is getting. They're all getting old. Denzel, love him. Tom Hanks. So I don't really like his personal stuff, but he's a great. I don't know whether he's a great actor or he's just in great movies. But it seems most movies he's in are pretty entertaining for me. Pretty Woman was a great movie. I enjoyed that. Sandra Bullock. I in Arkansas. I like Clint Eastwood. I like Denzel. How you doing in San Jose? Alexa, I'm familiar with your place. Leonardo's fine. Da Vinci or DiCaprio? The liberal actor list. I don't know what the liberal actor list is. I don't judge actors by their politics. Al Pacino, I love Al Pacino. Robert De Niro. Grandpa's favorite car. He liked a little Triumph, believe it or not, a convertible Triumph, or a Miata. I think what he'd like. Splash. I remember the movie. It's been a while. Tom Hanks was arrested for what? My dad is apolitical. Yeah, Grandpa would have liked those little, like a TT Triumph. I mean, there was a car he always liked. Tupac Shakur. I don't think Dad, he wouldn't even know who that is. Robert De Niro. Who doesn't like Robert De Niro, right? Are you talking to me? Grandpa does not speak Spanish, except he does not speak Spanish. Sean Connery passed. Gone Girl with Ben Affleck. Family's doing great. Tiara, thank you. Grandpa's having a sip of beer. Look at that. Let's watch this. How do you like that, Dad?
Fine.
You like it? Does it taste good?
Fine, yeah. What am I drinking? Just a regular.
It's a beer. It's alcohol.
Oh.
I like Driving Miss Daisy. That was good with Morgan Freeman and Dan Aykroyd.
What'd you say?
I'm talking to my friends, Dad. Grandpa loved to drive. He drove all the time. He drove everywhere. Grandpa was and still is a foot doctor. He's just not licensed to practice anymore. I agree. Love his acting. Don't like it. Yeah, I mean, people, don't like different artists. Politics. I don't. I try not to. I try not to judge or think about that when I'm Scandinavian black metal. I'm not familiar with the genre. Get busy living or get busy dying. Shawshank Redemption, right? Grandpa was not a camper. He did drive around in a motorhome. He loved his motorhome, and he's driven to every state in that motorhome. But I don't think he, pitch a tent. He just park the motorhome and stay. Does Grandpa like Slayer, the group? He wouldn't know who the hell they are. My last meal ever, I don't know, either a burger, a fajita, a really good pizza. I mean, God, could you even enjoy your last meal? I mean, how could you enjoy it? If you're going to the chamber, but if I could have one meal that I had to eat every week, any one of those things I described would be good. Grandpa loves cookies. He loves all those things. Thank you so much, Anita. I appreciate it. Grandpa's hobbies were walking. When in his younger days, he'd look at airplanes. He'd look at motorhomes. He's a very, he wasn't into current events, not politics or, school boards. He's just real. Grandpa was into family and just exercise, walking, that kind of thing. We don't have a P.O. box, Juan. Most people want to send Grandpa a card. They send it to my office. My stent surgery was fine. It was a piece of cake. In and out, and it was done in like 45 minutes at both a cath and a stent placement. Yeah, Grandpa's drinking his own beer too. No, she passed, Cesar. Thank you so much, Darcy. I appreciate that so much. Danielle is at the casino, Lorna, much to my chagrin. I mean, she's there. Roman Moreno, I'm currently an attorney and slowly retiring or transitioning out, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do for the next 10 or 15 years. Something. Probably I'm not going to be a professional gambler, I can tell you that. Thank you so much, Stacy. That's so sweet of you. Walking in Atlanta, that's awesome. Grandpa will look forward to it if I tell him. He's going to forget in 2 minutes. So, but yeah, if sometimes I use that, as a redirection tool, and he is definitely going to look forward to it. Grandpa lives for that stuff, and those people, my cousins, he's been around. My dad stopped working, probably in his early 60s. Is Danielle good at gambling? No. That's funny. That's almost comical. I could probably walk up on stage and go, if someone thinks Danielle's good at gambling, and the entire audience would just bust up. Grandpa's sister lives in Canada, so we've been there many, many times. He's never been diagnosed officially. I love chicken wings. Gotta love chicken wings. Jake Don, you just subscribed here to my channel. Yeah, that's a big concern, Mary. Adriana, I've been, a lot of people make those comments on my page. My family's not like that. My family's not. Family does not have to be blood. And I have I don't have lots. Let me rephrase that. I have a few, 3, 4 people that and I'm not that are friends that I consider family as close, as close or closer than my own family members. So family does not have to be blood. Family is family. Ohana, I guess, as they would say in Hawaii. Kate, you are an orphan. Um, you will find your family. You do not have to be born into a family. Some people are orphans, some people are adopted. My mom grew up in a home, and she has a family that now there's Baxi sitting up there. My mom is in independent living, which is a place where there's 3 levels of care: independent, assisted, and memory care. And she's completely independent. She just chooses to be there. She feels safer there. And and the people that she grew up as an orphan, and the people now where she is tell her how lucky she is because she has family that calls her and all the time. And anytime she's out, so one of her kids is calling her, and they tell her how lucky she is to have that family. And she grew up an orphan. So you can make your family, you can find your family late in life. It's out there. When I say family, it's not just blood. It is whoever qualifies as family. How you doing in Quebec? My mom right now, I've talked to her 5 times today. She's at home watching the news. There's a lot of stuff going on in the news right now, and she's keeping up on it. Grandpa, are you a handsome guy?
Who?
Are you a handsome guy?
Who?
You.
Are you kidding?
I'm curious. Do you consider yourself handsome?
Absolutely not.
Are you a ladies' man?
Absolutely not.
You're not a ladies' man? Were you a ladies' man in your earlier days?
What?
Were you popular with the women when you were in high school?
No.
You were not?
Absolutely not.
Well, people think you're very handsome today.
What's that?
People think you're very handsome today.
I don't agree with them.
There's no less than 8 women. Now, they're 105 years old, but they think you're incredibly handsome. Are you in the market for a 105-year-old woman?
I said it was getting crazy.
Well, I mean, we could skip down maybe 102. Is that young enough for you?
Nope. That's all crazy too.
What age do you want?
I've been in my, I was born 1932.
Well, you're 91. So what age woman is appropriate for you? You're 91 years old.
Whatever one could put up with me intellectually.
He's quite astute, even in his condition, and that's what he's saying. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. That's a pretty honest thing to say, Dad. What's wrong with you intellectually? Are you a smart man?
I'm slightly smarter than the average.
All right. It's a very honest answer.
Well,
how about this, Dad? Were you a good athlete?
pardon me?
Were you a good athlete? Could you throw a football?
Well, if you call it good and persistent, I was that, but not individually good. Just I was able to do my position in a regular ground.
Did you play football? Did you play football?
In high school?
Yep.
No.
You did not. Did you play basketball?
No.
Baseball?
No, I didn't play any of those sports in baseball. I mean, I didn't participate in any of the sports like you're mentioning in high school.
Did you?
I was more in music.
Were you in the marching band?
Yes.
And what instrument did you play?
What instrument?
Yeah.
Trumpet.
And were you good at the trumpet?
Pardon me?
Were you a good trumpet player?
I was average for high school.
You were not average. You were a good trumpet player,
Probably
right?
better, yeah. Probably a little better, right.
All right. All right. What else? Do you like to race? Do you like to drive cars fast?
Pardon me?
Did you like to drive fast cars?
Not necessarily, no. Never got into that.
Do you like gambling?
Gambling?
Yeah. You like putting money down at a blackjack table?
Not necessarily, no.
How about a slot machine?
Same thing, no.
Grandpa's very
I
smart.
do it, but I'm not addicted to it. That's for sure.
What are you drinking there, Dad?
My drink.
What is it? I want you to know what it is.
Budweiser.
Yep. It's a beer, right? It's alcohol.
Yeah.
All right. Making sure you know.
Thirsty.
I know. Well, you want some water? You want that? All right. I'm getting a little worried because I think the most Grandpa's drinking since he's been here is like a quarter of a
water in. Don't need any other water.
the most he's drinking since he's been here is about a quarter of a beer, and he's putting that thing down. Dad, when you were a podiatrist, what was the most common thing you did? What was the most common foot problem you dealt with?
Probably injections.
And what would you do injections for?
Relief of pain and or ability to do surgery.
That was your most common thing? You only did surgery a couple of times a month, right?
I forget how many times a month I went.
What about orthotics? You remember orthotics?
Yeah, I do.
All right. What were orthotics used for? Plantar fasciitis?
That's one of the ideas.
And what about flat foot? Was that a common problem?
For most people, no, but for those who had problems or felt problems with it, it is a common.
All right. Remember, my dad practiced 30 years ago, so the standard of practice. And
What?
I said, you haven't practiced in a long time, huh?
Not a consistent practice.
Right.
I was practicing pretty consistently for a couple of months ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Couple months or 30 years, it's all the same. Did ingrown toenails?
No,
He did ingrown
I
toenails.
did not belong to the hospital that was here.
Oh,
And
okay.
I moved here way in the middle of my age related to practice.
I got it.
I didn't practice here.
All right. I got it. That's all right, Dad. You don't need to practice anymore.
No.
Your foot and knees practicing.
No, I didn't have a practice.
He
here
did
very
surgery. In fact, my oldest brother is an anesthesiologist, and he married an anesthesiologist.
Say
and he,
that again.
hold on, Dad. And my dad worked with my sister-in-law. She did anesthesia for his procedures in the hospital when he was a foot doctor, and he introduced her to his own anesthesiologist's son, and they've been married forever. And Zach, if you've ever seen my videos of Zach, my nephew, is one of their kids, and they have another kid. So yes, he did surgery, and not only did he blow up my TikTok, but he found my oldest brother a wife. I guess my oldest doctor brother couldn't find a wife on his own, so my dad went out and found him one. I don't think my dad would be Dad, did you ever get into a fight in your life? Have you ever been in a fight, a fist fight
With who?
with anybody?
I don't remember if I ever did.
I'll tell you this. I would not have messed with my dad in his prime.
Pardon me?
I'm talking to my friends here.
Oh.
I would not have messed with that man. I remember being like 19, and I was an athlete. I played football, and I worked out like a crazy person. You look at my picture. I was strong as hell. My dad, I don't think he's ever lifted a weight a day in his life. And I must have been 19, and he was, he must have been 50 because he's well in his early 50s. And we were arguing about something, and he was keeping me away from a car, and I was going to like power through him. And holy shit, he is a strong son of a bitch. He was damn strong. I couldn't, even in my prime, and he was going out of his prime, he was still a solid, he was a machine. I mean, I'm just telling you. And I was an athlete. I mean, my brothers and I, we would fight everywhere, but trying to muscle my dad away from the car so I could get in or whatever it was I was trying to do, I could not do it. He ended up winning that battle. So I wouldn't have messed with him, especially in his younger years. Your dad carried a belt. My dad, he did not hit. He did not hit. But, like I say, he wouldn't shy away. If he's blocking something and I tried to move him out of the way, he ain't going to move. Parents have super strength. They're probably true. Or maybe the kids just don't go all out against the parents. I don't know. But I can tell you, I had respect for him that day, even though I was pissed off. He still loves my mom. There's no question. Can Grandpa find you? Good question, Tina. That's a great question. We got to find Mark. We got to find Mark a wife. So that's Grandpa's first job. He was not a cursor. I'm a cursor. I curse. My mom hates it. But if I curse at my dad, like if I go, Dad, get the fuck out of the way. He'd turn at me and say something like, he'd throw it right back at me. Get the fuck, he'd both throw it back in my face and be telling me that's not the way to talk. So he was not a cursor at all. He may have a GD, that's it. God damn it. That's about it. An Amish is an interesting life. I am not. I have a little brother too. He had a kid when he was in his 50s. Second wife. I guess Melinda. Somebody asked probably about the divorce, and yeah, I don't go into the details of the divorce because it's not my business to share. There's nothing there. I mean, my dad, there was no adultery, there's no drug use, no abuse, no nothing. I mean, it was just they needed to separate just their personalities. Josh is like 39 or 40 right now. I have a sister. She's older than me. Yeah, I mean, it's amicable now. Obviously, when you're going through it, things are not. There was nothing ever that crossed the line or made one of them say I'm never talking to the other one. Nothing that produced hate. It was amicable as a 25-year marriage divorce can be, and now they have more in common than they don't have in common. It was good till it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, I don't get into that because it's just not my business to talk about. I'll talk about me as openly as you want. I'm an open book, and I'll put it out there, but it's not my business to talk about his relationship with my mom. She's still alive. She's around here. So maybe if we are, oh, by the way, so while you're on here, I have Alzheimer's, the National Alzheimer's Association. I think they should be written on here somewhere. I put it in the title. Anybody who can give or donate to the National Alzheimer's Association this month, I would appreciate it. It's a great cause. They help people like me. They help people like him, and they're looking for a cure. I mean, there's a lot of people that would want to do what I'm doing, but they don't have the resources or the ability to do it because of where they are in life and their other responsibilities. And this is an organization that helps those people. So it is Alzheimer's Brain Awareness Month this month, all month in June. So, I appreciate everything people do for me. If you can this month, give directly. That link that you should be able to see is directly to the National Alzheimer's Association, and it's tax deductible. Please give what you can if you can afford. Does Grandpa believe in God? That's a great question. Grandpa does not know if there's a God. I've asked him this many, many times. He is of the opinion that he hopes there is. He hopes there's more to life than just existing on this earth for however long you exist and then go somewhere else. He'd like to see his parents, but if I pushed him and asked him, he would say, I just don't know. Nobody knows. I'm not dead. I can't tell you yet. And yes, UC Merced, my daughter went to UC Merced and she played soccer there. A guy that's lived over 90 years has seen some stuff. I can tell you that. My father's brain. I have a number of books. So many people have sent me books on Alzheimer's, and those books are probably extremely valuable. What I've discovered is that dementia is a really personal thing, and I don't think answers for one person necessarily. They can give you a great idea and probably find what will work in most cases, but like in my particular case, I think my dad's a little different than most. We have to find our own. Adriana, there is on Salinger Farm, there is grandpa merch. I have some sweatshirts. My favorites is the hat, but I haven't been on there in quite a while. I haven't looked at it. Danielle's at the casino. My dad's favorite show, The Thornbirds. I was on he liked miniseries way back in the day. Do we pray? Like anybody else, if you're caught in the moment, or you're worried about, your kid in some kind of car accident or something, you're gonna, I'll pray. If somebody's hurt, I'll send prayers, whether there's a God or not. Sometimes you go, what difference does it make? Cosmo, I'm not going to talk politics or what his politics are. It's not the place for it. We're not here about politics, whether he's a Republican or a Democrat. That's kind of bullshit we keep out of the room. Adriana, that's great. People that pray and have that security blanket and believe it, I think that's a wonderful thing. I mean, I wish I had, that kind of security, and I'm jealous of a lot of people who have faith, and that they're going somewhere after they die. It is a peacefulness that I don't share yet. Sarah, anybody can join the Zoom right now. I mean, it is. I don't advertise the Zoom. I mean, I don't know if we're going to keep that public, because it's really a group of people that are become friends, and we're trying to work out and keep that good. It's a great thing, but it's going through growing pains, the Zoom, and I don't really connect that so much to social media, but. Yeah, I agree, Rosie. That's the thing. Religion is a wonderful thing for so many people, and it provides solace and comfort and answers questions to people have, and it does a lot of good. There's studies that show if you believe in God and you pray, you have better medical outcomes, and all sorts of even empirical evidence that would that shows that people who believe, it is a comfort. Like I say, the minute I see it, I'll believe it. The minute I see something, I'll believe it. I definitely hope, for sure. And I agree, religion is as personal as politics, and everyone. I encourage everyone to explore and seek out and their own beliefs, their own ideas, their own religion, and don't let anybody tell you different. What's right for you may not be right for somebody else. What's right for them may not be right for you. And let's just be accepting of everybody that's out there, no matter what they choose to believe. Believers, non-believers, Republicans, Democrats, whatever. I don't care. Cheryl, you can send. I mean, I'll tell you a story. I mean, I'm completely Coke or Pepsi. Coke. That I can tell you objectively. I like Coke better, but between Pepsi and Dr. Pepper, it might be Pepsi. I like cola. So, and I will drink either Coke or Pepsi. I mean, I'm not one of those guys who goes to a restaurant. Can I get a Coke? Is Pepsi all right? No. I'll take a water. No, I mean, whatever you got, bring it. Pepsi is definitely sweeter.
Where's my phone, man?
Dad, your phone's at Mark's.
What?
Your phone is at Mark's.
Mark's?
Mark's, yep.
Oh, okay.
All right, that was easy.
I don't have it.
Yeah, people, as I said, I'm open, and I found that what I did for a living, for a long time, for 20 some odd years as an attorney, I've seen the depths of depravity of humanity. I've seen I've seen people. I see people at their absolute worst and their lowest point, and I've realized that humanity is what it is, and I know that everybody is flawed, significantly flawed. I am significantly flawed, but I've seen everybody. I've never seen a non-flawed person. And if you're going to come to me and tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, and that impacts me. I don't judge people at all. People can make mistakes. People can have issues, and then they can change and become very different people and do great things.
You're talking into the phone.
Yeah, I'm
Dad.
talking to my friends, Dad.
No, you're speaking into my phone right now.
This is not your phone. This is my phone.
Oh, that's your phone?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
That's a repeat of the video I
Where's
put
my
on today.
phone?
Your phone's at Mark's, Dad.
At Mark's
Yeah,
house?
it's at Mark's.
Oh. I hope I can get it back.
Well, I'm glad you found us, Britt.
Huh?
I'm talking to my friends still, Dad. Grandpa did not read books. My mom read a book every couple days. Avid reader. We can't even move her anymore. She got so many damn books. She made a huge haul down and donated a bunch of books to the library. My dad was not a reader. Wasn't into current events. Very different than my mom. Same questions over and over and over again. That's life. Are lawyers as bad as they? No, most lawyers are good people. Most that I've seen are great, are really good people, good humans. Like everything else, you can have bad lawyers, bad doctors, bad cops. In every profession, they're there, and they're probably the same percentage, of good versus bad in law. It's just that unfortunately, they can have a bigger impact on people. Do I have enough money? I don't know how much money's in that bag. Grandpa cannot use a phone anymore. For people that haven't seen the video that talks about that, when he had his phone, the only numbers that were in it were my brothers and sisters. So Grandpa would
What?
no, I'm talking to my friends.
Oh, you're not talking?
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my friends.
Who's your friend?
Your Ken and Steve and Joe.
Who?
Ken and you don't know them, Dad.
Oh,
So he would just call them continuously, and so every number that was in his phone was blocked, and it would be blocked every day. They would, when he's the 14th time he called, all my sister would block the number, and so it was just turned into an absolute nightmare where he'd be calling, he'd be pissed off because nobody answered, he'd be talking to an answering machine thinking it was the person, and it caused such an enormous headache that we didn't know how to handle it. And then he lost his phone one day, and we went to the Verizon store and we bought him a new phone and brought the phone back, and we had a couple days without it, and then he lost the second phone.
Dan, excuse me one second. Is that my phone?
No, Dad, it's my phone.
Oh, where's my phone?
Your phone's at Mark's.
Oh, is it Mark?
And then he lost that phone, and he didn't have it for a couple days. And then we never found the second phone, but we found the first phone. But we decided not to give it back to him because it was so much easier just to tell him his phone's at Mark's. The phone gave him zero utility. It just made him upset, and caused him to become angry and frustrated, and it was not good for him. So we learned that his life was better without the phone, even though it seems kind of contraindicated or intuitive, but his life is easier without a phone than it was with a phone. What's my view on the jab? We don't talk politics, but I'll take any vaccine. I mean, give me the vaccine. COVID, whatever, give me the vaccine. And I have a son who had an adverse reaction to the jab, but he was statistically an anomaly. But like for my mom and dad, I think the jab changed my life when they got when they got a shot that said that if they get COVID, but before they got it, my dad got it, you're probably dead. My mom probably would have been dead. Now, different variants that are not quite as deadly, but why would I'm a science. I like science, right? Whatever science is, I'm going to back it. I don't make medical decisions based on politics. And if you want to do that, that's fine. You can make your medical decisions. You can let your politician tell you how to treat your illness or how to protect yourself. But I prefer to go to the doctors, and I will listen to what if my personal doctor said I don't like the research on that. I don't like some of the studies. Then I wouldn't get it. But if my doctor said, hey, I recommend it, I'm gonna listen to my doctor, just the way people should listen to their lawyers. And when they don't, it typically goes bad for them. I smoke ferns. Yeah, I mean, for us, it was critical because I have two elderly parents that, I'm so much, and I had a heart attack, and Andrew had IgA. I did criminal law is what I did. Absolutely. Ferns is, I don't know if you can say it, but it's in California. Ferns are a euphemism for marijuana. I've never smoked crack. No. Sometimes, so do I miss the practice of law? So when you're in a full-time practice of law, it's enormously stressful, time consuming, and it consumes your life, especially to do it right. It's going to be all consuming. My favorite John Cougar Mellencamp song, I'll give my album, Lonesome Jubilee is my favorite album. And I like just about every song on there. Um, the Real Life's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Herbs, we can call it herbs. That's fine. My teeth are fake, Roman. They're my dentist, really good. Flower, ferns, whatever. On the other app on TikTok, you can't say that, or you get. So we use a euphemism called the ferns, but you can't say that on TikTok. I've never seen Better Call Saul, but on social media, again, I've seen like clips of it with that. So something looks like something I would probably watch and enjoy, but I have not seen it yet. We don't do any CBD or marijuana THC with my dad because it's, when you have someone has dementia, I mean, I'm even a little skeptical about the beer, but those things have a really different effect on people with dementia. So I don't mess around with that. I'm not chancing it with my dad. My dad does talk about being a doctor. Sometimes he thinks he still practices. Can a lawyer help if an employer cancels employees' nurse? I don't know. I'm not into that area of the law, but you could definitely consult with a lawyer. Buy a half an hour and go ask, or maybe they'll get a free consult if they can help you find an employment lawyer. Tammy, I think that's great. I use it because I don't want to, rather than drinking 5 of these, I'd rather drink 1 of these or 1.5 of these, and then, hit a fern once or twice and kind of be done. My dad does have moments of lucidity, definitely not total lucidity, but he has moments that are much better. And he has moments that, maybe like just really brief moments where he just might shock the hell out of you and say something that you go, where the hell did that come from? When he pulls something original and he says something that I've never heard before, that's when I get really shocked when I'm around my dad because he, even repeats the same jokes. Grandpa watches usually whatever we put on TV. I usually put on the news, and that's not because he's a news junkie, but it's because typically the news has writing going across the screen. Like if I put on CNN, it's got a bunch of crap on there, and since he can't hear, he can entertain himself by reading the stuff along the bottom. So he usually watches something with a streamer that he can read. An example of a lucid moment. I mean, if he comes up to me and says, how's your mom doing? That's a lucid moment. If he initiates it, he's obviously thinking about my mom and he's made the connection between my mom and me, and got all the parties correct. And it's not something where I went and asked him a question and he answered. I consider those lucid moments. They are more few and far between. That is the nature of this god awful disease. Yeah, we have closed captioning on here. If he was going to watch a movie, we put that on. Absolutely. Yeah, we have teachers in my family. My brother and sister were both teachers. Teaching is, and my mom. We all love teachers. We are a family that would support teachers. CNN, really? Fox News be better. Okay, Fox News, whatever you want to call it. It's something with a streamer. Okay, whatever streams. Dad wouldn't care. He wouldn't know the difference between watching Fox and CNN. He wouldn't really care. But if he just wants to be able to read what's going on so he can feel connected. He does not wear glasses. He has better eyesight than I do. What dishes do I like to make? I make a mad fajita. Holy moly, the best fajita you've ever tasted. I make pad thai. A lot of it's like comes in a box or something, but I cook the chicken and cook the noodles. Stacy, you can tell when somebody's losing something, you're gonna know it. It's not like, where did I put my keys or, Adam, Mark, it's something major and you'll know it, really major. Like he walks outside and his car's right there, and he goes, "Where's my car?" And he's looking right, same car he drove every day for 7 years. And in that moment, it's just gone. Something that you just know isn't, just, a little lapse or age. You'll know it when you see it. Believe me. Mark is retired. He had a medical billing company, and now he owns a couple houses, and he's basically a landlord. Does he have more lucid moments when he sees my mom? I mean, he doesn't forget my mom. Like, I mean, that's my mom is probably maybe the closest person to him in the world today. As far as spent years, because he never forgets her, but he's not lucid. He'll ask, "How are you doing, Joanne? How are you doing? Everything okay?" Same kind of way he does with his kids. That's the way he'll deal with her. What were you hesitant? I was more hesitant to post. I'm really careful about what I post of my dad. So, there's a lot of stuff I don't post. So, am I hesitant? Yes. If, I have to protect my dad's reputation, his dignity. So I'm much more protective of my dad, my family, my dogs. I don't worry. It was also really difficult to post my last video on here. It's a 10-minute video that's basically my life and how we got here. It's really personal. And that was a little difficult, not difficult to post, but difficult to go like read the comments. I'm like worried. Do I want to read the comments? Because it's like you lay it out there. A lot of times you do that with poetry too. And some of my poetry, you lay it out there, and it's just for the world to see. And it's not that I'm afraid to do it. You're more afraid of what's the reaction going to be. So like those videos that I'm posting like right now on TikTok and on YouTube, I mean, I'm a little more apprehensive. I check the comments less. And when I look at them, it's not somebody commenting on my dad. It's like, dude, whatever they say, they're talking about me and what's inside of me. So, yeah, sometimes it's difficult to post. I do share poetry online, Tiny. I'll have a lot of poems on TikTok, and in fact, I started posting poems before my dad even moved in with me.
What time do you want to eat your dinner, Dan?
Oh, we'll eat in a little while, Dad.
It's
And
6:18 right now.
yeah, I know, but you ate lunch at 4, so we'll get you dinner. And
I can eat.
I know you can eat.
I can eat. Oh, I got that good.
Oh, I'm glad you watched Danielle in the morning. Yeah, Danielle's on every morning, and since she'll probably be on YouTube a while. So for Mrs. DeSal NorCal in the morning, if you guys want to go surprise her. My dad knows there's a pig here. That pig loves Dad. I mean, remember, Dad's been coming here for the last 15 years, and he just had dementia the last 2. But he was here almost every day prior to his dementia. That's just the way my dad is. And he'd sit out, like when we're not home, he'd be sitting outside. I'd come home, and Dad would be sitting next to the pig. The pig would be sitting next to Dad. The pig, yeah, there's poems in there. Typically, if you're looking for poems on TikTok, look, you're going through the page. It's going to be my face like this. That's what you're going to see. And at the very, very end of my page, if you can scroll, you'll get carpal tunnel scrolling down to the very beginning videos. A lot of those are all. My dad was never very religious, and he's certainly not spiritual. But he does wish, he does hope there's a God and some kind of afterlife. But he's not terribly concerned with it. And my dad's a more science oriented. So. Do I have a poem that I can recite? Yeah, I'll do that
Anytime
for
you're ready
you.
to go eat, let me know.
All right, Dad. Let's see. I have I'll tell you what, rather than recite it, a poem that will really mean something, if you can go to TikTok, if you have TikTok, DSal NorCal, I have a poem pinned. Okay, there's 2 pinned things. One's the National Alzheimer's thing, and the other is a poem that I actually wrote about my dad a year ago. And it's about dementia, and it's one of my favorite poems, and it's got a lot of views. I mean, thanks to my dad got me my poem views. It's got 300,000 people read the poem. It's got like 10,000 likes, and for a poem, that's pretty remarkable. You could check that out. I was gonna try and read that poem to you, but I realized I've sent it to myself and I'm on the phone. That I would be reading it from. Grandpa, like last night, he went to bed at 6:30. Sometimes he goes to bed at 9:30. Let me see if I can find a way to recite it. My Chromebook got my little Chromebook that I take around. We traveled, and I put it in we checked the damn bags, and now my Chromebook, where I would have been able to read it off of this thing right here, it doesn't work. Let me see if and I don't. I mean, I don't. I just can't just recite. Where's my checkbook? Where's my car? My phone and my keys can't be too far. There's opening lines of it, and it goes on to recite, what it's like to deal with someone with dementia. But I will post that poem on YouTube. So if you don't have TikTok, I will post that. I have to get it under a minute, because otherwise they don't really go out on shorts. But I'm going to start posting some poems, some of the poems definitely on YouTube. Grandpa's talking to Andrew right now. I don't worry about negative comments really. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying I'm, like freaking out reading the comments. I'm just saying that it is, it's more, it's more scary, to read comments about something that is your life, and that you've created from inside you. It's a weird thing. I don't know. I think he doesn't. He's not real picky with food. So and I don't. He's a big eater. He eat a lot. Pizza, spaghetti, all those things he loved. Thank you so much for the here Bo Rabbit. I have a Maya Angelou poetry book. Yeah, she's one of the most talented writers of our time. Absolutely, and some really amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying I gotta go and give negative comments attention. I'm just saying on those videos, they I look at it, and it's like somebody commenting on your looks or your athletic ability. It's just I appreciate that, Brooklyn. I've been to New York City. I don't think my dad's ever been into New York City. He's been outside of it, but he used to travel in a motorhome. So going into the big cities was difficult for him.
Oh, Mark's here.
Mark's here?
He's here.
You mean
He
Andrew?
stays down here in the downstairs.
You mean
Glad live upstairs.
you mean Andrew?
What?
You mean Andrew? You mean your grandson Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your grandson.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's your
I
grandson.
just came in. I just moved back into here.
Yeah, you live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's your grandson that you just saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives here too.
Where's he gonna live?
Well, he lives upstairs and you live downstairs.
I live downstairs.
You live right there, right next to me.
Let me look.
That's your room right over there.
I have to talk to him about it. Let me see what's down here.
Thank you so much, Jerry. I appreciate it. Eddie Spaghetti. That's good. Dad, that's the bathroom. You're right across from that. It's difficult, but when he's in a good frame of mind, it's not as stressful as like if he's freaking out or angry. It's frustrating, but when he's in good spirits, at least it's easier to deal with. What are some signs of dementia? Sid, I mean, I've said it before. You'll recognize dementia when it's there. You'll know that's not normal, and it's just things that are way out of whack, and you'll know it when you see it. He's talking to Andrew. I haven't been here. Grandpa's definitely been to Texas. I've been to Texas. Oh, I was a couple hundred miles from. I was driving a car with Texas plates in New Mexico just last weekend. We don't live on a farm. It's a 2-acre house. We got a pig, 7 cats, 2 dogs, and we call it a farm. It was pretty advanced, Cindy. I mean, he lived by himself probably, a year longer than he should have. But he's ferociously independent. So we got him in when he fell. We saw a bruise on him, and he was kind of like, moving his arm up, like, I hurt. Well, what happened, Dad? I don't know. And that was the night we moved into my brother's. So yeah, we have 7 cats. We're animal lovers. We love them all. He is adorable, Ronnie. He's you're not alone. I don't know about the Alzheimer's Project specifically, but there is we are working with the National Alzheimer's Association. In fact, they just sent me a bunch of stuff to where we're trying to raise money. In fact, the link is on. I've included it on here. If anybody has anything to give to the American Alzheimer's Association. It's directly to them. It's great. It's a great cause. It's tax deductible. The link is there if you can afford to do it. You have 8 cats and 2 dogs. Congratulations. You'd fit right in over here. The difference between Alzheimer's and dementia. Adriana, dementia is a broad term for all kinds of mental defects and cognitive difficulties. Alzheimer's is a specific diagnosis within that broad range of dementia, and there are many different kinds of dementia: Lewy body, vascular dementia, Alzheimer's. So dementia is just kind of a broad catch-all for all of those different abnormalities that people suffer from. The link is on here. You can find it on videos on TikTok, or if you can't find the link, and you can always just look up for your local chapter of the National Alzheimer's Association. Just say, hey, I'm giving you this in honor of Ed Salinger, and my link is up. It's set up, and people can donate directly to it. Somebody is working on Home Depot made match every donation that we collect this month for Alzheimer's. So it's a good month to do it if you can do it. Mohammed, thank you so much. I'm on, Sarah, because Danielle's at the casino, and I was just sitting here with my dad, and I just decided to jump on, and his TAVR was incredibly successful and wonderful. Grandpa normally drinks water. That's what we give him, water with a little Crystal Light in it for some flavor. But I try and keep him away from sodas. So he's usually a water drinker. Guys, I'm gonna have to go because I got to make my dad some dinner. I get kind of spoiled with Danielle. She does all that. She's gone tonight, so I got to do all of it. Dad, we're gonna get some dinner.
You know, Josh.
It's all right. What?
Huh?
It's what? We're who?
He's eating dinner here.
Andrew will eat dinner here. Josh is eating dinner at home. Mark's eating dinner at home. They're all fine. But Andrew will eat here.
Who's eating dinner here?
That's Andrew. That's your grandson.
Yes, that's Andrew.
That's Andrew. That's your grandson, Dad.
Yeah, I know. I thought his name was. I didn't know that was Andrew.
That's
Andrew.
Andrew.
It was Andrew.
That's Andrew. Your favorite grandson.
Well, he's eating right now.
All right. Well, we'll get you some dinner, guys. I'm gonna get.
He's got his dinner. He already made it.
I know. I'm gonna make you dinner.
Frozen dinners. He already ate one.
Well, it's not a frozen dinner, but
come on, let's get. How
all
do I
right.
get it all straight in my mind? What's going on?
I'm gonna go deal with my dad, guys. I appreciate your coming on for an hour. I'll be back on. We do lives every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we'll probably. I'll be right there, Dad. I'll be right there. We'll probably be on tomorrow. I'm going to make you dinner right now. So we'll be on tomorrow on YouTube and TikTok. We'll find you guys. I got to do what I got to do, guys. Have a great night. Enjoy yourself.